Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Bubblegum Reviews. My name is Steve and today I'll be reviewing Jungle Cruise. So obviously this is a first time watch for me as it just came out, still in theaters. So we have Dwayne Johnson, Emily Blunt, Paul Giamatti, uh, Jack Whitehall, and Jesse Plemons. So little quick summary is Lily slash Emily Blunt and McGregor slash Jack Whitehall are treasure hunters, if you must, treasure adventurers, kind of like Uncharted, and they're after such and such. Well, on the way to in the middle of one of their adventures, they end up running into Frank, which is Dwayne Johnson, and they kind of propose a deal to each other to help each other out. And with that being said, they go on an even bigger adventure and run into obstacles on the way. This movie, if you've never been on the Jungle Cruise ride, this movie is literally based off Jungle Cruise at Disneyland. I have personally, so with that being said, I do want to see. I just saw this movie last weekend, and I really want to see this movie again. So, Tim, hintity hint hint, if you want to go see this in theaters, I'm down. Anyways, so this is Dwayne Johnson's movie through and through. Like, the dad jokes are freaking corny as hell. Some of them I laughed at and I just kind of was like, I probably shouldn't be laughing at this, but they, his delivery of these jokes made it all the better. Like, if somebody else was delivering them, I probably wouldn't laugh as much, but he knows how to deliver a joke and get you to freaking laugh at it because it was killing me. Uh, he does a fantastic job in this. Emily Blunt does a good job. Uh, Jack Whitehall, he does a good job. I mean, so Jack Whitehall literally, if you've seen Mummy or Mummy 2, Jack Whitehall is the brother to uh, the brother-in-law to Brendan Fraser, that guy. So literally, that's who Jack White. That's part like a little bit of why I feel like this is like Mummy because of that, and not only that, they take an adventure, they get Ziggy or Siggy or whatever. But anyways, so the very start of the film, I totally caught it, and as it was going on, I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell? So the startup song, like the opening credits, they're playing freaking Nothing Else Matters, like instrumental on there. And as it's going, I'm like, this is actually ain't half bad. And as it got in, like a little later in the movie, they play it again, and I'm like, wow, that actually, I mean, the second part when they play it, it didn't really fit in the movie, but it's not like it wasn't bad. It really it wasn't like, wow, this was terrible. It wasn't that bad. It kind of fit in. It fit in better in the beginning than it did at that crucial part in the movie. But anyways, the one thing I didn't care for is I felt like the female characters were kind of silenced in this as far as Emily Blunt's character went. Like, I just, I don't know. I felt like her role could have been bigger, but it wasn't. But the pants, her pants name, and his being Skippy. Oh my God, those two had actually really good. They had really good banter with each other, and it's funny because I was watching The Rock's like on Facebook, and he was literally talking about how him and her, and he had both of them on there, and they were like just pals and stuff like that. And watching the movie, you could totally see that they were really like the two of them together were really doing a good job. And yeah, they did. Paul Giamatti's character did really well. I did not care for Jesse Clemens in this. Plemons, sorry, not Clemens. Plemons. I did not care for his character. I felt like they could have recast that as somebody else. He just was miscast and bored me. But so the shooting scenery I liked. I did at times. I guess part of this was shot in Atlanta, Georgia, which was really weird. But uh, I love the whole on the water, like safari. Almost looks like they're in like the Amazon. The freaking animals. This was a really fun movie. I really enjoyed it. I saw a little anaconda in this, which, I mean, you can see why, but overall, so my review of this is going based solely off the fact that I felt like a freaking kid in the theaters watching this. Like, this is so cool. This is freaking cool. I remember this at the ride. This is from the ride. So if you have not been on the ride at Disneyland, the beginning of this movie, when it shows Dwayne Johnson literally giving tourists a ride on that right there, that part is what Jungle Cruise is like. That part right there is literally what Jungle Cruise is like. So just remember that going in. Anyway, so director we have, Jamais Collet-Serra. He has also done The Commuter, Run All Night, and Nonstop. All three of those movies are not Leslie Nielsen, Liam Neeson movies. So he clearly has worked with Liam Neeson a lot, because I'm pretty sure him and Liam Neeson have 5 movies they've done together. But he did this. IMDb current. So this is the current stuff. This is not like final, because the movie's still in theaters and stuff's still going up and down. But IMDb gave this a 6.6 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 62%. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Like I said, I enjoyed this a lot more than I know I should have, because there's definite like holes in this. There's, oh my gosh, that's a little unbelievable. There stuff like that, but the kid in me overtook this movie, and if there's one thing I could say to make you want to watch it, it's Dwayne Johnson, man. He freaking was fantastic in this. And I guess if you've seen or if you've been on Jungle Cruise, you're gonna want to watch this. It's definitely a family movie. It really is. Like, kids are gonna love this movie. I don't see a kid being like, "Well, I was pretty. I didn't really care for that. I didn't care for this." The kid's gonna be laughing his head off. I mean, some of the jokes he might not get, but anyways, not rotten. Box office. Like I said, this isn't final, so yes. 187 million on a budget of 200 million. So it's in the negative right now, but it's not over. It's probably not going to get much past the 200 million, but it is Delta variant, COVID, all that stuff going on, so the theaters aren't like they used to be. My interesting fact is, so the jokes and puns Frank was using are directly from Disneyland, the attraction. Like, there's a bunch of the stuff in this movie that they did that they literally pulled out of the attraction at Disneyland, which to me is cool. Is super cool. There's even one of the birds says something, and it's from, or one of them says something about one of the birds, and it's literally from the Tiki Room at Disneyland. Oh, and before I forget, I don't remember the cat's name, but the little deal with the cat and him wrestling it, and then later all that was so cool. And this movie got me freaking emotional, actually. It really did. Like, at the ending, when you thought such and such and not da. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm not going to spoil. But anyways, there was a little emotional part in this movie, and I was like, what the heck? But the cat, super cool. That was super cool, man. Anyways, that's it for that one. You guys have a good day. Up next on my movie list will be Leatherheads. Give me just one sec. This will be this will be up next, so stay tuned for that. You guys have a good day. Like and subscribe to my page. For all my subscribers out there, if you know somebody who's into movies like I am, like you are, like anybody, let them know. Be like, hey, check out such and such page. Check it out, whatever. I'm always up for more subscribers. I'm always up for more likes. I'm always up for comments. Say something. Don't just be the silent looker, man. Tell me what you feel. Tell me what you think. Anything. All right, well, that's all for today, and check out my letterbox. All right, you guys have a good day.